Jill, Jack, Catherine. Jill, do you have a good headshot of yourself that you like?
Oh, I thought you said you had found one, but I mean, I could make another.
No, if you have one that's already pre-existing. Otherwise, I'll just go through the recordings and see if I can find a picture of you that'll work. If you don't have one, sorry,
Yeah.
honey. I've been doing this so long, I don't remember who I've talked to or what I've said. So
Yeah. Well,
obviously,
yeah, I guess you sent me an email saying you didn't, you found the photo that I use for all my social media, but you don't like the dark glasses.
I think that probably was what I thought yesterday because I looked at
Yeah.
it again. Oh,
So,
don't worry about it. I'll just get one
okay.
off the recordings. Okay, let's do some silk reeling. Head turns. And center and head rolls. And down to center and reverse. And down to center and back up. Shoulders. And reverse. And the other side. And reverse. And feet side by side, alternates. And reverse. And double. And reverse. Elbows. And reverse. And the other side. And reverse. And alternates. And reverse. And double. And reverse. And good. Arms. And reverse. When you're doing any Qigong, but especially when you're doing silk reeling, that's your chance to practice Peng Lu Jian, right? Peng Lu An Qi. Peng Lu An Qi. Right? And then you just round out the corners. Right? And the other side. And reverse. And alternates. And reverse. Double. And reverse. Remember this exercise. Right? Sink into the right quad, the right hip joint. Now come spiraling up out of that joint. Now sink into the right hip joint. The left hip joint, then the danqian, actually the mingmen in the back of the danqian, and then the tianzhong. It's a big full body spiral. And again, on the right side, and the left side, and the right side, and the left side. This basic motion that we're doing here is the foundation of a lot of the exercises, in a certain way, all the exercises. Think about the arm exercises we just did. you don't see it so much, but what you should be doing is exactly what I'm just describing, right? Into the left, into the right, into the left, into the right, into the left, into the right. I'm calling out the qua. Left qua, right qua. All right? Now, when I do it, it's usually much gentler than that. You don't see it so much. But inside, that's what you should be doing. You can also exaggerate it. It'll give you much more of a workout, right? Exaggerate it a little more. Right? All right, this is your center line. So the exercise we're doing is more straight ahead. Right? The one we did earlier is more over to the side. The one that I just started, right, is this, which is, they're actually all the same exercise. It's just where your hands end up is a different place, but the insides are all the same. Does that make sense? So let's do the exercise that we started with last week, because that's really kind of the basic way to get it. Just remember, maybe I'm standing in the wrong way, so you can't see. All right. It's about twisting or spiraling around this center line. It doesn't stop here and here. It goes all the way to the ground. It goes all the way to the top of your head. But this is just here to remind you, right? Watch. You're sinking into this center line and then spiraling up that center line from the bottom of your feet to the top of your head. In a sense, you're not even moving your hands, or you're just moving them a little bit. What's moving is your body. Watch. Right? It's your body that I'm not even moving my arm. Right? It's in the same position in relation to my body. It's my body that's moving. And then I'm spiraling my hand out as it comes up to my hand. If that makes any sense. That way, the root of the spiral is in the body instead of in the hands, right? So when I say sink, you should. I keep talking about the hips. You talk about the hips and the dimi, because for almost everybody, those areas are kind of numb. So you need to sort of activate them. But really, the movement starts from the bottom of the feet. All right? The bottom of that foot down there. I'm sinking. I'm spiraling down into the bottom of that foot, and then I'm spiraling up from there. Now I'm going to spiral down to the bottom of the right foot and spiral up from there. Bottom of the left foot and spiral up on there. Guys, watch my arms. Watch my hands and my forearms. I'm going to have the whole outfit on here pretty soon. I don't know whether this will work. there, I'll have it on the right place. All right. Your arms and forearms barely move. They just look like they're moving. All right, watch. They're spiraling, but they're not actually moving. It's your body that's moving. They move out from the body a little bit and they spiral, but that's about it. It's a relatively minor movement. The big movement is the body. Okay, I'm gonna have to get the whole outfit on here, I can see. All right. Watch the relationship between the hand and the daimai. Yes, I am turning, but I'm turning it because my waist is turning. Hold on a minute. Annie? All right. Well, she's too busy to help us. So somebody's fist is coming in here, all right? You don't want to do that with your arm. Your arm's just not strong enough. Maybe if you're Arnold Schwarzenegger or something, but most of us, it's not strong. You use your body. Someone starts to hit you, move toward them. Move toward them so you can then move away. And what you're doing is redirecting them. Redirecting them. Redirecting them. That's why your hand comes out, because it's grabbing somebody. Right? Jill, does this make sense? Okay. Okay. That motion there is called yin shou, cloud hands. All right. When you see people do it, it's usually going to look like this. Very soft. That's cloud hands, right? But what they're doing is this. You could practice it that way, right? But most people practice it very softly. But the mental pattern is the same. The muscle pattern is the same. The body mechanics are the same. It's just very, very gentle as opposed to extremely rigorous. Right? But they're just on a sliding scale. They're all the same thing. The one we were working on, so that's kind of side to side. So that's like, I guess you can kind of see them here. You can see these 45 degrees, right? That's at the 45 degrees. The one we were working on last week is really kind of straight ahead. All right. So instead of like this, it's like this. But it's actually the same thing. It's just a different aim. All right? Is that, Joe, is that obvious? Can you get that? It's obvious, right? The spiral inside the body is the same. Whether you do this or whether you do this, right? The insides are the same. It's just instead of aiming straight ahead, now you're aiming out at 45 degrees. Now that will change your body mechanics slightly, but basically it's the same, right? When you do Golden Rooster stands on one leg, it's the same thing. Only you're just lifting one of your legs while you're doing it, right? So the basis of it is this. Is really cloud hands. The only difference is, right, raise your arm or your leg. Raise your leg. Raise your leg. Raise your leg. Raise your leg. But the spiral inside the body is the same. Catherine, is this making sense?
It was making, can you hear me?
Yeah.
It was making sense until the last movement, the one where we raised the leg and I lost it completely.
Okay, so this is the interesting part of the learning is when you first start Tai Chi and Qigong, it just seems like, oh my God, there's a billion things to learn. Well, in a certain way, that's true. But actually, once you do this for a while, you're going to find out, oh, that and that and that are actually just variations on a theme. So watch, again, this one. All right? Spiral in and up. Spiral in and up. Spiral in and up. What's different about, and then you add the knee in. What's different about this is what you're doing. And it's a little hard to explain this. I explained that the last one is grabbing someone's arm and pulling it, right? Which is true. So you're grabbing someone's arm and pulling. This one is similar to that, but you're also hitting them back at the same time, right? So you're pulling their arm here and you're hitting them here, right? You're going to pull their arm here and hit them here. So, how can I explain this? Now here comes somebody's arm in, right? Boom, you grab the arm and then you come up the arm and hit them in the neck. Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So this hand is going to grab, this hand is going to hit. Now it's going to be just the opposite, right? This hand is going to pull and this hand is going to hit. Right? Pull, hit. Pull, hit. Imagine you're pulling between the hands. There's another move in a more advanced form that looks like this. That's actually the same thing. It's just from a different angle. Here to here. Right? The whole thing's spiraling. It looks like it's going straight ahead, but actually what you're doing is spiraling, you're spiraling open. Pull, spiral. You're probably going to spiral into their chest. The thing that's going to hit them may be this, but it may be your elbow. So the elbow might go straight into the chest. Now watch the elbow. You're going to knock them down, not by hitting them, but by hitting them and pressing down. It's the same thing. So I don't know. I guess the point of this little section is keep your eyes open for this stuff, because the human body can only do so many things. There are a very limited number of patterns that you're going to practice in Qigong and in silk reeling. But there's a million variations on each of those patterns. Right? And you just watch for that. Like this, it looks it's really easy to miss what's going on. Let me see if I can get up close to the camera and kind of slow this down. I'm not even going to do the leg. Spiral, spiral. Jill, is that obvious? Watch this line. Spiral. Watch the center line. Spiral. 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 The spiral in this is much more difficult to see and to get until you get it. And once you get it, then you'll feel it and you'll know how to do it. It's very powerful, but it's more subtle inside, right? Close, open. The spiral is closing, now it opens. Closes, opens. All right, let's do one final set and then we'll call it good. Close, open. 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 When you close, you're down here. only in back. When you open, you're up here. If you pay attention to that, it will really help your spiral. Close, you're down low, right? Open, you're up high. Close, you're down low. Open, you're up high. Okay, good. Okay, that's Golden Rooster. I've always liked Golden Rooster. It's a great exercise. It's a little more subtle than the others, but it's exactly the same interior spiral, right? Okay, guys, have yourselves a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Ciao.